Judge Robert J. Franklin. I chose the law as my way of serving my fellow citizens. As an elected judge in the family court, I pray each day that God will give me the wisdom to always temper justice with mercy.
What you're about to see is a dramatization of an actual case in family court. Because of the emotional and sensitive nature of the issues presented here, Judge Franklin's courtroom is closed to the public. Proceedings are about to begin.
I do. Be seated, please. This is an adoption hearing in which Congressman Gene Valenza is petitioning to adopt Marta Taylor, age 12, who currently lives with Frank and Stella Taylor. And Mr. and Mrs. Taylor, Marta is your niece. That's correct, is it not?
That's right, Judge. Her mother died last year, but Marta's been living with us for 12 years now. And, Judge, I don't see how this man can come in here.
Just a minute, just a minute. You'll have a chance to testify later. Thank you very much, Ms. Taylor. Ms. McKenzie, your opening statement, please.
Your Honor, before we begin, my client feels that certain aspects of this hearing may be too delicate for Marta to hear. Mr. Valenza requests that she wait outside the courtroom until her testimony.
There's no reason why she can't hear. It's all been in the papers anyway.
Not everything, Mrs. Taylor.
Mrs. Taylor, is there a particular reason why you want your niece in at this hearing?
Still. No, Your Honor. Whatever you think's best.
All right, thank you, sir. David, would you escort Marta to my chambers, please? Make her comfortable. Thank you. Now, Ms. McKenzie, your opening statement, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Well, as you just witnessed, Frank and Stella Taylor have no idea what's best or appropriate for their 12-year-old niece. I mean, if they had their way, she'd spend her childhood waiting on tables in their restaurant and taking care of their 3-year-old daughter, Polly. Now, Claire Taylor, Marta's mother, knew that her brother and his wife were unfit parents. And on her deathbed, she begged Congressman Valenza to find her daughter and look after her, and he promised he would. He traced Marta here and found her badly neglected, in poor health and in even poorer spirits. Consequently, he's bringing this suit in order to give Marta the care she needs, according to her mother's dying wish.
Thank you, Ms. McKenzie. Mr. Molinari?
A touching story, isn't it? Charismatic politician adopts daughter of prostitute. For that's the truth, Your Honor. Claire Taylor was a prostitute, a call girl, who dropped her baby off with her brother Frank and his family 12 years ago when the child was born. And since that time, the Taylors have raised Marta as their own. They love this child, and she loves them. But now, because of an alleged deathbed promise and the publicity this will give Congressman Valenza's fading image, he wants to rip her from them. And Gene Valenza dares to talk about what's appropriate. Your Honor, all we ask is that Marta Taylor be allowed to remain in her own home with her loving aunt and uncle. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Call your first witness, please, Ms. McKenzie.
I call Gene Valenza.
Very well. Mr. Valenza, let me remind you that you were sworn in a moment ago as this hearing began. And now as you testify before this court, you'll be testifying under oath. You do understand that, do you not? Good. All right, Counselor, go ahead.
Your Honor, we will be referring to Plaintiff's Exhibits 1 through 3 during Congressman Valenza's testimony.
Very well, Counselor. Proceed.
Gene, how well did you know Claire Taylor, Marta's mother?
Well, I hardly knew the lady. We only met twice.
Tell us about that.
Well, the first time was about 15 years ago. I was a public defender then, and Miss Taylor had been charged with solicitation. But she wasn't one of those street corner types. She was very discreet.
And what about the second time you met her?
That was last year. I hadn't heard or seen anything from Miss Taylor since the time I represented her. Then one day I got a call at my office in D.C. She was in a hospital there and needed someone to talk to. She didn't have anyone to turn to, and she remembered how I'd helped her before.
What did she want?
She wouldn't say over the phone, so I went to see her. She was dying of cancer. It was a very painful and long ordeal. I didn't recognize her. She told me she had had a daughter but had lost contact with her. She made me promise to find her daughter and make sure that she was all right. If you could have seen her, you'd understand why I made that promise.
How had she lost contact with Marta?
Well, because of her occupation, she had taken Marta to live with her brother and his wife. Apparently, after she was hospitalized, the Taylors left town, didn't bother to tell her where they were going.
And how did you find Marta?
I had a friend at IRS run their names through a computer, and we finally tracked them down. They moved here and opened a small restaurant, Frank's Barbecue, down on 6th Street. So I flew into town and paid them a surprise visit.
And what happened when you met them?
I didn't tell them who I was at first. I ordered dinner, and I sat and I watched. And what I saw was Marta washing dishes, waiting tables, and serving beer.
She doesn't serve beer. We could lose our license for that, and you know it.
I saw her carrying beer bottles.
Those were empties, and there's no law that says she can't throw
Mrs.
away.
Taylor, I must ask you not to interrupt the witness. You'll have a chance to testify later. Go ahead.
They're working that child like she's their slave. Marta's in the diner every night, sometimes until 2 in the morning. And if she isn't scrubbing pots, she's babysitting their child. They're abusing Marta, Your Honor, and she deserves better than that. All children deserve better than that.
Jean, besides what you saw, do you have any other proof that Marta's being neglected?
Yes. Under protest from the Taylors, I insisted that Marta have medical and dental checkups. She had a calcium deficiency. She was on the verge of mononucleosis, and she had severe dental problems. 3 teeth were very badly decayed, and she needed braces.
Plaintiff's Exhibits 1 and 2, Your Honor, Marta's medical and dental reports.
Very well.
Now, who paid for the checkups and braces, Congressman?
I did. Frank Taylor didn't think his niece's teeth were worth spending money on.
We don't have that kind of money. You do.
You'd have that money for Polly. Your Honor, Marta's being abused. She's every night in the diner taking care of her cousin. And if that baby cries, just one normal cry, Marta doesn't get dinner. And if Polly sneezes, Marta has to stay home from school to take care of her. Her school records are full of absences and falling asleep in class.
Plaintiff's Exhibit 3, Your Honor, Marta's school record. Jean, why did you decide you needed to adopt Marta?
Because I can give her back her childhood. I can make sure that she's healthy and happy. My housekeeper, Mrs. Taylor, raised 7 children on her own, and she can't wait to meet Marta. And financially, well, I can make sure she'll never have to be anybody's servant again.
On the face of it, double coupons look like big savings. So at Lucky, we looked very closely at offering double coupons to our customers. Unfortunately, the closer we looked, the more clearly we saw that in order to offer double coupons, we'd have to do what those other supermarkets do: recover the cost with higher prices. At Lucky, low prices aren't just an illusion. We don't try to make it look like you're saving money. We do it for real.
Save now on a huge selection of America's top brands at Circuit City's National Home Appliance and Electronics Sale. Save on top name camcorders. This RCA is sale priced at $9.99. After $100 mail-in rebate, it's a low $8.99. This Panasonic is only $11.98, and Sony's Handycam is a low $12.98. The National Home Appliance and Electronics Sale at Circuit City, the intelligent choice.
Running an ice cream company sure beats most things, but sometimes it does have its moments. Like one of our guys always says, Rick, we've got to make more strawberry. Then there's the Mocha Fudge faction, a pretty vocal group. And since we make 50-some flavors, you can imagine how it gets sometimes. My answer is make whatever folks want, as long as it's the best tasting ice cream we can possibly make. That seems to keep everybody pretty happy.
Dryers, from ice cream lovers, for ice cream lovers.
Every day, it's the same old thing. A dry sandwich and a boring cup of soup.
Boring.
Boring.
But now there's a soup in a cup that's different. Gourmet Pride. Gourmet Pride tastes much better than cup of noodles or instant lunch, with lots more meat and vegetables. So why settle for boring? Gourmet Pride, now only 59 cents at Save-On. Count on Save-On.
Your witness, Mr. Molinari.
Congressman Valenza, weren't you one of the founders of the AIDS Project Hotline?
I'm proud to say I was.
And while you were serving on the state Senate, you co-authored a bill protecting gay rights.
Yes, I believe in equal opportunity.
In fact, you were so outspoken in defense of gays, there's a strong rumor that you're a homosexual. How convenient to have little Marta Taylor, a built-in daughter, to counteract that rumor.
Are you suggesting I'm using Marta?
No, I'm not suggesting it. You are using her. Defense Exhibit A. It is a portfolio of newspaper clippings glorifying Congressman Valenza at the expense of the reputations of Marta's mother and the Taylors.
If her aunt and uncle hadn't been neglecting her, none of this would have ever happened.
Oh, and I suppose you can do better. Tell me, Congressman, what do you know about children?
Look at my record on child care.
Does your record give you the right to yank this little girl out of the only home she's ever known and parade her around in front of the media? And what's going to happen to her when you're on the road?
One thing at a time, please. I have no intentions of dragging Marta anywhere she doesn't want to be. And my housekeeper will be there when I'm away.
Oh, in other words, she'll be the poor little rich kid neglected at home while you're out getting your name in the papers. You will give her everything except time, the one thing she gets from her real family.
I intend to be her real family.
Yes, you and your hired help intend to be. But for the past 12 years, before you even thought of intending, Frank and Stella Taylor have been that little girl's real parents. You don't seem to appreciate that, Congressman. I have no further questions.
You may step down, sir. Thank you very much. Ms. McKenzie, anything further?
No, Your Honor. The plaintiff rests.
Very well. Mr. Molinari, call your first witness, please.
I call Stella Taylor.
Very well, sir. Mrs. Taylor, let me remind you also that you were sworn in as this hearing began. And now as you come forward, you'll be testifying before this court under oath. You do understand that, do you not? Good. All right, Counselor, proceed.
Mrs. Taylor, what do you say to Congressman Valenza's charges that you have been neglectful of your niece?
They're ridiculous. And so is he. Right from the start, he was dragging in reporters to write about what a wonderful thing he was doing. He doesn't care about Marta. All he cares about is his damn job.
Mrs. Taylor, why do you want your niece to remain with you?
Well, it's not so much what I want as what Claire asked us to do. You see, I was her best friend in high school. That was before she turned bad. She's how I met Frank in the first place.
Can you tell us a little about Claire?
Well, it's all been said already, and here and in the newspapers, thanks to him. Claire was never satisfied. She always wanted more. More clothes and more money, and she was very pretty. So she started using it to get all the things she wanted the easy way. You know.
And when she became ill, there was no one to help her.
That's right. All the men disappeared. She died in county hospital. We didn't even know she was dead until the big shot over there came around and told us that she wanted him to look after her kid.
And you took care of your niece with no financial recompense?
That's right. Oh, Claire sent money at first. She even sent $1,000 a couple of times, and then, $150 here or $200 there. And then after about 4 years, nothing. But I didn't care. Good riddance to bad rubbish, that's what I say.
Congressman Valenza says he can give Marta everything that money can buy. Why don't you want your niece to live with him?
Everything money can buy. That's her mother's values. No, if we were to turn her over to him, it'd be like selling her, just like her mother sold herself. No, she belongs with us. She's Frank's kin, and blood is thicker than water.
We will return to the judge.
Don't use this to get rid of corns. Use Dr. Scholl's corn remover pads. Within 5 applications or less, the hard, crusty corn will be replaced with new, softer skin. We guarantee it. Dr. Scholl's corn removers.
Even when she gets mad at me, she still loves me. Mom's real funny that way. Whenever I got hurt, she would always fix it. I've been eating hot dogs since I was a kid, and I was good at it.
Oscar Mayer beef hot dogs, made with pure fresh beef and no fillers. Oscar Mayer, one of the nice things moms do.
Moms take care of the kids they love.
Don't use this to get rid of corns. Use Dr. Scholl's corn remover pads. Within 5 applications or less, the hard, crusty corn will be replaced with new, softer skin. We guarantee it. Dr. Scholl's corn removers.
Nordstrom, right?
Close time.
Broadway?
Close time. Close time.
Bullets?
Close time. Close time.
Close time. Do
designer brands at 20 to 50% off.
Close time.
I'm sorry. I realized the meeting was important. I can't make it back to the office by 2. A personal problem. Okay.
Drinking and drugs are the only diseases that can put you in jail.
Marcia, help me call a lawyer.
Drinking and drugs can mean jail. Before you have to call a lawyer, call Fountainhead. 714-688-8140 or 213-222-2675.
Proceed, Counselor.
Mrs. Taylor, it's pretty obvious that you hated your sister-in-law.
I hated what she did. I didn't hate her.
But you never let Marta forget that her mother was a prostitute.
I never told her that. I only told her that her mother went bad, but I never told her how bad. Now, what was I supposed to do when Marta would ask me why Claire never came to visit her, never wrote her? I wasn't going to lie to her.
So instead, you constantly told Marta that her mother was worthless, that she had dumped her on you. But the truth is that you and your husband agreed to take Marta because you needed an extra hand around the house.
If you're saying we believe in work, yes, we do. We are trying to teach Marta the value of $1, something her mother never learned. She works right alongside us just as hard as if she were our own daughter.
As if she were your own daughter?
Polly is 3 years old. It's kind of hard for a 3-year-old to bust tables.
That's not what I was suggesting, Mrs. Taylor. Now, since the birth of your own daughter, hasn't it been much harder for Marta? Because she now has to babysit as well as work the diner.
You are barking up the wrong tree there. Marta loves taking care of Polly. Well, she's just crazy about that kid.
She may be, but that doesn't mean she loves taking care of her for 6 hours a day.
Listen, Frank and I work hard for a living, and we like having the kids near us. So we put a cot in the office, and most nights they're both asleep by 10 o'clock, and when we close the diner, we move them. Like I said, Marta is family, and what she does, we do.
Family? I don't think so, Mrs. Taylor. I think that you and your husband are exploiting a young girl for cheap labor. No further questions.
You may step down, Mrs. Taylor. Thank you very much. Mr. Molinari, have you anything further?
The defense would like to call Marta Taylor.
If it's agreeable with counsel on both sides, I'd like to talk to Marta alone in my chambers. Very well. Brief recess. Marta? Marta?
What? Who are... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I fell asleep.
Yes, you did, didn't you? You tired?
A little.
Mm-hmm. You know, when I was your age, boy, there were times when I thought I would never get enough sleep. You go to sleep in school, too, honey?
Is that what you've been talking about in there?
Well, what do you think we've been saying?
How my mom's a real bad lady and I'm just like her.
Oh, no, 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 honey. Who told you a thing like that?
Aunt Stella. She's always saying, good riddance to bad rubbish. And every time I do something wrong, or if I can't get Polly to sleep or something, she always tells me I'm like my mother and I'm bad, clear through.
Oh. What do you think of your mother, Marta?
I don't know. I guess that she didn't love me.
Oh, no, I think she loved you a very great deal.
Then how come she never came to see me? Even on my birthday, she never even sent me a card. And every Christmas, I'd make her something. A drawing or something at school. I didn't want the other kids to know, and I was hoping maybe this time she'd come.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to frighten you.
No, I'm sorry. Honest. I guess I'm just not used to people touching me. Except Mr. Valenza. He touches me.
Oh? How does he touch you?
Well, kind of like you did. He'll take my arm or grab my hand. And one time he kissed me on the hair. It felt real funny.
What do you mean, funny?
Oh, it's nothing bad or anything. I just mean that, well, nobody touches me. Except a long time ago, I remember one time when I was real little, my mom came and took me overnight. She touched me all the time. You know, hugging and kissing.
Yeah.
Like families on TV. Or like Aunt Stella and Uncle Frank do with Polly.
You mean they touch Polly, but they don't touch you?
Yeah. Well, see, I'm a niece, not a daughter. There's a difference.
Marta, how would you like to go and live with Mr. Valenza?
I don't think I'd want to. I mean, he's nice and everything. He says I'm pretty, like my mom. But what if I got there and he didn't like me? What would happen to me then?
Well, what you're really saying is that you'd rather stay with your aunt and uncle, huh?
I think so. I'm kind of used to them. Yeah, I would. They're family.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you, Marta. And now, if you'd like to, I think we can both go back in that courtroom. All right?
Okay.
All rise.
That doesn't look good.
Yeah. If it were your decision, he probably would have left her in chambers.
I want you to reopen.
What?
Put me up there. There's something I've got to say.
Stay young. This book tells you how for $18. This one wants to unleash your secret powers for $22. And this shows you how to grow roses for $19.95. But this book, Strategies to Help You Achieve Your Financial Goals, is yours free from Kemper. This book won't make you younger, but it will help you get a clear picture of your current finances. Now, that won't unleash secret powers, but it will help you find your hidden financial powers. It'll even help you put an easy, affordable investment plan into action when you talk with a financial representative, whether you have a little to invest or a lot. Kemper's Strategies to Help You Achieve Your Financial Goals. It's yours free.
For your free copy, call toll-free 1-800-356-1010 and ask for extension 55.
Maybe then you can afford all these other books.
Call 1-800-356-1010 today and ask for extension 55.
Sometimes life in the kitchen can get a bit dull. Starting today, it's going to get a lot more colorful. Introducing Reynolds Crystal Color Plastic Wrap. Brightens everything from leftovers to lunchboxes.
Green, amazing, yellow!
Reynolds Plastic Wrap in colors.
Blue,
very cool.
Reynolds.
Put some excitement back in your kitchen. Wrap it right and bright.
Come around the corner, and this guy hits me. I couldn't believe forces me right.
He's been in pain ever since the accident, and the medical bills are astronomical. What was that number we called, honey?
1-800-THE-LAW 2.
If you've been involved in a car accident, we can assist you by helping you obtain a car rental, recovering your lost wages, and obtaining compensation for your pain and suffering. And we charge no fee until we win your case. Call 1-800-THE-LAW 2.
1-800-THE-LAW 2. It's all the law you need to know.
The only place you're going is to prison, Smith.
On the next A-Team.
Let it go!
The boys join the race car circuit.
You're dead.
But the competition is definitely the pits.
Now, don't you feel like a dum-dum?
And when VA takes the wheel, the race goes off the wall.
Now, things are getting interesting. The A-Team has escaped.
Escaped?
Spinning wheels on the next A-Team. Tonight at 6.
Nowhere else but Channel 9.
Next time on The Judge.
Do you believe Liam is responsible for the animal killings?
No.
The Presto Salad Shooter Slicer Shredder. Point and shoot wherever you want it. To clean, just rinse and wipe. Store anywhere. The Presto Salad Shooter.
Clean carpets and upholstery with the Bissell Power Steamer. The Power Steamer shoots warm cleaning solution. Powerful suction pulls out liquid and dirt. Cleans upholstery, too. Don't rent. Own your own Bissell Power Steamer.
Now, fast relief for gas, pain, and bloating. Gas X has the strongest, fastest, doctor-recommended ingredient for fast relief. Gas X.
For more about the topics seen on The Judge, send a stamped, self-addressed envelope to this address.
Go ahead, Counselor.
I have to leave this in your hands, Gene. What do you want to tell the court?
This is very difficult for me. I guess it's a confession. Your Honor, everything I said before was the truth, but I left something out. After I first met Marta's mother, I began seeing her. I was having an affair with her. No, that's not the truth. I was seeing her on a professional basis, but I cared a very great deal for her.
What happened, Gene?
Well, after about a year and a half, she said I was getting too serious, and she broke it off. I kept calling her, but she moved away to avoid me. I tried to find her, but she just disappeared.
And you didn't see her again until...
Until she called me from the hospital, and that's when she told me I was Marta's father.
Oh, sure. And I'm the Pope's mother.
It's true, Mrs. Taylor. When Marta had that medical exam, I had an HLA test done by my doctor. I have a copy of his report.
Your Honor, I ask that these test results be entered as Plaintiff's Exhibit 4.
Very well.
So, Gene, you want to change your cause of action to a petition for custody of your own natural child?
That's right. Your Honor, I didn't want to reveal any of this out of selfishness. I know that my political career is at stake. But when I realized that I might lose Marta before I ever really even had her, Marta, I didn't know until your mother died. I would have come to get you sooner. I love you, Marta.
I have nothing else, Your Honor.
Very well, Counselor. Mr. Molinari, have you anything more?
No, Your Honor.
Very well. Congressman, I would just like to say that I've long admired your political record, and particularly the courageous stands you've taken on some very controversial issues. But I've never admired you more than I admire you today. You weighed your political ambitions against your love for your daughter, and you voted for love. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. You may step down now. Well, Marta, how do you feel now about the questions I asked you back in chambers?
I went to live with my father, sir. Could I live with him and still see Polly sometimes?
You can see her as often as you like.
But what about us? You go and change all the rules and then dump us?
Your Honor, I'll never keep the Taylors from visiting. And I think I owe it to them to assume court costs, since it was my unwillingness to tell the truth that brought them here.
All right, then that's settled. And we'll work out the particulars in a written visitation agreement in chambers. Let the record reflect that custody of Marta Taylor is awarded to her natural father, Congressman Gene Valenza. Marta, Congressman Valenza, you've lost a lot of time. You have a lot of time to make up for it. So support each other and be good to each other. And I know that you'll discover the pride and the joy that comes with being a family. That's all. This court stands adjourned.
Hooker returns to the narcotics underworld to avenge the death of his ex-partner. T.J. Hooker is next.